Hello Star Creators. Welcome to or back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be discussing about episode number 1 of Mnet's new K-pop survival show, Boys Planet. This video will contain spoilers, so if you have not yet watched the first episode of Boys Planet and would like to, I'd recommend clicking off this video now. Now if you're still here, I presume you've already watched the first episode or do not care about spoilers. So let's get into it. The first episode introduced us to the star concept that the whole show is seemingly going to be based around. The trainees are referred to as shining stars that are waiting to be discovered. We are introduced to the Star Master, aka our host Hwang Min Hyan from Muse, also a former 101 member. And we are given the title of Star Creators. As the fans, we have the power to give our support and our votes to the stars that we hope to see shine the brightest. The Star Master Min Hyan emphasizes the current demand for both Korean and global performers in K-pop and poses the question of what we the star creators are looking for in the next generation K-pop groups. The concept of Korean performers and global performers is further expanded on, as all of the architecture used in this first episode is intended to show a clear division between the two groups, and it is revealed shortly after that the K group and G group will be competing against each other, at least for the first 2 episodes. Like the majority of K-pop survival shows, the first competition is a performance ranking called the Star Level Test, in which the trainees must fill their name tag with as many star stickers as they think their talent and skill is worthy of, essentially ranking themselves on a scale of 0 to 4. This is where we are also introduced to our judges. There are a total of 7 judges, each professionally competent in either vocal training, rap training or dance training. On the vocal panel we have Lee Suk-hoon, Solji, and 1 star. On the rap panel we have PH1. And on the dance panel, we have Choi Youngjun, Baek Kuying and Lik Jae. And the rest of the episode follows the same pattern of having the trainees share a performance and then having the judges critique them. Episode 2 teases the remaining performances from the other half of the trainees that we didn't get to see in episode 1. After the judges are revealed, they reveal to the trainees that they've calculated the confidence of the K group and G group through the total amount of stars that each individual from both groups stuck on their name tags. This was the result. The judges encouraged the trainees to strive to keep their stars or gain even more, with the added advantage of the N group with the most stars gaining access to the new Signal song for their second performance a day earlier than the other group. I personally think that pushing the concept of K group versus essentially the entire rest of the world is really disinteresting and just plain unnecessary. I understand the producers are reaching for something to keep the show interesting and competitive, but I believe there are other, better ways to do so, and I really hope that this concept gets dropped after the first 2 episodes. Like Ollie points out in the first episode.
완전 달아요. 2 sides. I think like the side of G group is like all different types of styles. But if you look over at G group, it's either suits or like leather. G group 느낌 more happy, bright, up, sunny. 근데 K group 느낌은 멋있어요, cool, dark. 우리 색깔 완전 달아요.
The 2 groups are just too different from each other to compare, and deserve to be judged based on a more balanced system. I also worry about this affecting the debut group's relationship, as well as even just the trainees' relationships with each other. I know many of them are already close to each other, and that a lot of what we see on screen is edited to portray a specific narrative and often untrue. But it certainly doesn't eliminate the potential for certain relationships to get harmed or for some people to get put in an uncomfortable situation due to the constant and forced segregation. Also inevitably as an Inin, I am very displeased in how they made Winnie perform separately from So1 and Jiho for his evaluation solely because he's from Thailand, like he has been with those boys for years. They've already debuted together and work so well as group mates. Imagine the threat everyone would see them as if they had gotten the chance to perform together. I really want all three of those boys to do well and have the best opportunities that they can to promote themselves on this show, but it seems the structure of the show and the people running it don't have their best interest in mind the same way that I do lol. Anyways, the K versus G group concept is so silly and trivial. During the first episode, the 9 center chairs were heavily emphasized and repeatedly shown, confirming that they planned to debut 9 members in the final group, akin to Kepler. I was really hoping that the planned number of final debuting contestants would be a bigger number, especially since there are over 90 trainees, which gives everyone less than a 90% chance of debuting. Which is just crazy. There are way too many talented and likable trainees on this show for 9 final spots. But regardless, it's very hard to imagine the producers will change their minds now since they've already revealed the seats from the very get-go. So I wish all the contestants the best on wherever they go and whatever they plan to do after the show, because they've all basically already captured my heart and attention, and I sincerely wish they could debut like the top 20 to 30. I also just wanted to briefly discuss about the first place chair. I have never seen so many trainees gunning for that first place chair in a survival show ever, and I thought it was quite humorful that it started out battling for the first place chair with rock, paper, scissors and ended battling for the first place chair and competing in a vocal battle against the producer, singer, songwriter, performer, etc. We from 7-year-old Pentagon. But yeah, it was quite interesting watching the way that they decided who should take the chair. Evolved in some honorable chair taker mentions for me are Chun Kwan-ji and Park Gun-wook. I can't imagine any episode where Hui is not in that first place chair. But at the moment, Sung Han-bin is ranked for first place in terms of popularity from the live voters. So I'm very excited to see who can steal that spot from him and whether they can prove themselves or not worthy of such a high ranking. There have been many clips of these performances surfacing on all social media platforms, so the chances you've seen many of them even if you haven't watched the show is very likely. Obviously, there were quite a few decent and even really impressive first impression performances that blew my mind, as well many not so great performances which leave plenty room for growth, development, and improvement. The vocal judges especially were disappointed in many of the trainees for their lack of preparation. I care for their singing, while mainly focusing on their performance level. I think it's undeniable the impact synced choreo, stage presence, and so many different aspects of performance have had on K-pop. Especially in the recent years, it's kind of taken over the standard for new rookie groups to be quite insanely skilled performance-wise. But I really like Judge Lee Suk-hoon's words.
우리 연습생 친구들도 아시겠죠? 우리는 가수를 뽑는 자리입니다. 뱉어야죠. 노래는 가사가 있어요. 노래를 다 보여줬지 들려준 친구가 몇 없어요. 내가 지금 몇 시간째 보고 있는데 너무나 안타깝거든요. 그러니까 내가 이 가사의 한 줄에서 어떤 단어를 들려줄 건지가 중요한 거예요.
He's reminding everyone of arguably the most crucial aspect of becoming an artist. Jay and Camden's performance stuck out to the audience so much because of the heavy vocal focus, and it was a pleasant juxtaposed vibe from all the other repetitive stages. I also wanted to share my personal top 5-star level test performances here. First off, I want to start this by saying that all of these picks are obviously biased because they're my personal picks. But they were so good, and are terribly underrated. I don't know what the judges were talking about saying that they need to work on their pronunciation. I love these two's vocal tones and resonances, and the way they dictated each syllable of the song. They're so cute and talented. Their energy was so contagious, and I love them so much. I will die on the Kong and Hong High support hill. This song is so near and dear to my heart, and this lovely, talented boy's vocal tone resembles On and Off Hyojin so much. When I first heard him start singing, I immediately felt this song suited him so much, and then I realized it's because of his voice. Anyways, his tutting and intricate dance specialties never fail to wow me, and his energy is so big and bright. I don't know how anyone watching this show could not feel drawn to Han Bin. He really is the main character of Boys Planet. Y'all need to start paying attention to the jellyfish boys. This was the opening act. If I was the trainees, I would have walked out after seeing this start the evaluations. First watch through, I immediately evaluated that they were plenty ready to debut right then and there. The synchronization, the energy, the power, the stability, not to mention the confidence. Please vote for Park Gun-wook, our all-rounder. Y'all already know why this is here. Live, laugh, love Jay. Also vote for Camden. Surprise! I don't care that Cave Group beat them. No one can top this quartet's chemistry. I am so biased, but how are you not? Have you seen leader Zhang Hao? What about young and rich, tall and handsome charisma boss baby Ricky? Everyone's chocolate boy Ellie. Blossom of Brian. All four of them carry so much individual charisma, charm, and talent, and combined, this stage had so much personality and effort and energy put into it, and deserves to be commended. Yuehwaji Group debutation. Let's make it happen, star creators. This needs to be talked about, but I just have to say that as a dance major majoring in contemporary modern ballet, this rendered me speechless. Like I genuinely forgot how to breathe watching this. Not only is he very flexible, skilled, with lots of technique, but his expressions are so moving and immersive. I don't know why this man is here and not off being a famous professional dancer, but he's currently at rank 54, so vote for Chun Kwon Ju-yi. This is the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video or found it at all interesting, I'd greatly appreciate it if you consider giving this video a like or subscribing to my channel. As this is a discussion video, I'm very eager to hear what you guys have to say too. Please leave all your thoughts and feelings about episode 1 or Boys Planet in general down below. I would love to hear all of your opinions. Remember to vote, and I can't wait to see you all next week.
Star Creator 사랑해요.